Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Made by Mumino podcast. My name is Catherine and this is mostly a knitting podcast, although I do dabble in a little bit of spinning and weaving, that kind of thing. So yes, a very warm welcome to you if you're new here, and a huge welcome back if you found me before. I'm filming as usual, from Mönchengladbach in Germany, which is kind of over on the western side, in between the Dutch border and Dusseldorf, that kind of area. And I live here permanently with my partner, who is originally from this area. And so this is, as I said, my little corner of the internet to show you what I'm working on, any test knits that I'm doing, any trials and tribulations, irresponsible purchases, that kind of thing. I think that we have all of the above today. And I also have some weaving to share with you as well. So yes, a really, really warm welcome to you. I'm filming really early in the morning because it's quite warm here at the moment. It's going to be, we're having a little bit of a heat wave at the moment. So yeah, I'm trying to get the filming done so that I can open all the windows and everything again before it gets too warm and I have to shut them all again. So yeah. So the first thing to talk to you about today is a little reminder that one of the tees that I tested recently has just gone live and is available to purchase. So I test knit the In the Garden tee for Jessica McDonald, and it's a lovely simple construction. It's very classic. I'll put some pictures up here. If you want more details, you can go and look in my previous episode where I'm talking about it in a lot more detail. I'll try and remember to link the episode up here. But it's a really nice simple little pattern for any fingering weight yarn. I used a merino linen mix for mine, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've worn it quite a lot since I finished it, although it is a little bit too warm for merino at the moment. But yes, I really enjoyed knitting this pattern. It was really nice. And Jessica reached out and emailed me the other day and asked if I would like to give an extra discount for anybody who's watching my little podcast, which is really kind of her. So instead of the 15% off, which is advertised on Ravelry and on her social medias, you can have 20% off, which is really kind of her. If you use the code SUMMERMAKING, which I'll put down here, and it's valid from today, which is the 30th of June, up until the 5th of July. And the code can be used on Ravelry and also on her website. And everything is linked down below. So if you fancy this pattern, and I do recommend it, it's a nice little summer make. And to be honest, it'd be really versatile as well, just to have the t-shirt pattern if you're not so keen on doing the colour work, but I thought it was a really nice knit and I do recommend it. So it's made on 3.25mm needles, which is a US 3. I made mine with no ease, if anything a bit of negative ease, but the pattern recommends a 4 to 10 inch positive ease, and it comes in 11 sizes up to 64 inch bust, which is, you know, pretty size inclusive, which is nice. So yeah, that's that. And I do recommend that you go and get the pattern. So the code SUMMERMAKING if you want 20% off, which is really cool. So thank you for that, Jessica, and thank you for letting me be part of your lovely test knit. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Okay, so moving on. I'm not wearing any knitwear today because it's too warm. I suppose I could have worn one of my little cotton camisoles or something, but I don't feel brave enough to expose my bingo wings to the world. You don't need to be subjected to that. So I thought I'd give you a little update on the MAL that I'm running over the summer. It's the Made by Mumino, so MBM Thrifty MAL, and all of the guidelines and everything are down below in the chat. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the entries that we've already had, which has been so much fun. If you're interested, go and have a look on the Ravelry group or search for the hashtag MBM Thrifty MAL 25 on Instagram, because there have been so many really nice entries already. And the theme is basically just using up our stash so we can buy more yarn. So anything that you've already got in stash, any old lingering WIPs, any patterns that you've had for ages, that kind of thing. And it doesn't need to be knitting, it can be any craft that you want. Some people have done entries with quilting and visible mending and that kind of thing. So yeah, anything is welcome. There's going to be 3 prize bundles, each containing 1 skein of local to me yarn. If you look back in my previous episodes, you'll see 2 of those skeins. I'm yet to find a 3rd one that I want to add to the prize bundles. But also Nancy Wheeler of the Knit Sip Happy podcast has really kindly reached out and offered some of her patterns as prizes as well. So she makes lovely sock patterns, and she's offered, yes, some of her patterns as prizes. Incidentally, if you are not a knitter and you end up winning one of the prize bundles, please don't worry, you won't be forced to have a knitting pattern. What I did last time was just chatted to the person who won, because last time there was one of the winners, they were a crocheter, not a knitter, and we found a suitable pattern, so it was all good. So but thank you so much, Nancy, for offering those patterns. It was really kind of you. Yeah, so this was really nice, and I do love her patterns. My favourite one of hers was the knitwear socks that she did a couple of years ago. I love that DK pattern. I've made a couple of pairs of those, and yeah, they're really cute. So yes, that is the Made by Mumino Thrifty MAL, and it is running, when did I say it was running to? I think it was the end of September. There we go, maybe I'll cut that out so it looks like I know what I'm talking about. So it started at the beginning of June, it's running all the way through to the end of September, so there's plenty of time to have an entry if you want to. All entries are welcome on Instagram if you use the hashtag, but please do tag me as well, because I don't always see the hashtags for some reason. I don't always see things I'm tagged in either, if I'm honest. I have to go and actually look for them. I don't really know how Instagram works. So yes, Instagram, Ravelry, or you can just email me your pictures if you want to. If you do email me your pictures, I'd be really grateful if you could let me know if you're happy for me to share those pictures, because what I did last year as well was made a little like slideshow, a little montage of all of the most of the entries, which was really cool. So yes, thank you if you've already entered, and I look forward to seeing your entries if you're yet to do so. It doesn't have to be a finished object. WIPs are fine as well to show us what you're working on. So I don't think that today is going to be a very long episode, if I'm honest. It's been really hot, so I've not done a massive amount of knitting, but I have done some stuff, so I do have some things to show you. We've been, my partner and I have been getting outside as much as possible. There have been a couple of we had a long weekend, which was really nice. He actually took a day off from work, which was lovely. So in the UK, we tend to have the bank holiday on the closest Monday to whatever, or a public holiday, sorry, to whatever the closest Monday is to the public holiday. But here in Germany, it's always actually on the day. So often that means that you've got a sort of a bridge day in between the two. So he took some time off the other week, and it was lovely. We spent the day down at a lake near us, and just really enjoying the weather and enjoying the sunshine. And it's not so conducive to knitting, I must say. But you know, we can slow down in the summer, that's absolutely fine. But what I have been doing is looking at some of my older knits and that I don't wear very often, and thinking about how I can repurpose that yarn or whatever to make something that I will get some use out of. And I showed you last time some yarn that I ripped back, which was some 100% linen from BC Garn, that I'd initially bought to make into a sort of little camisole type top, and I just didn't really get on with it. The fabric wasn't quite right. To get the gauge, I was having to hold a linen double, and it was just coming out very heavy, and I wasn't enjoying it at all. So I had almost finished it, but I ripped it back and sort of repurposed the yarn and made this, which I wore to the beach yesterday? No, Saturday. So this has been worn. This is my finished Selja from Jona Helen. And it's gorgeous, isn't it? Well, it's, I have to admit that this kind of top, I love. Normally I'm definitely a process knitter. I love doing lace work and colour work. I love being absorbed by what I'm working on. But a plain raglan like this, it's very much a product knit for me. I don't particularly enjoy doing stockinette. I get a bit bored with it, if I'm honest. But I'm so glad that I've made this, and I think I will probably make another one in a different colour. So let me get the details up. Okay, so the one thing I will say about this pattern is it's not desperately size inclusive, as I mentioned last time when I talked about it. However, it is a raglan, so in theory you can make it whatever size you want, and just stop or continue until it's the size that you want it to be. But I made, I think, the third size, and it's on 5.5 millimeter needles, which is US 9. As you can see, you get this really open fabric. And I was just thinking this would be perfect as a little extra layer to throw over a vest top, or to wear at the beach over my swimsuit or whatever, and if I needed a little bit of an extra layer. And that's definitely what I've got here, and I'm really, really happy with it. It's very light. I think it'll pack very easily. The only modifications, that I made to the pattern, where I completely knit it to pattern. I'm happy with the neckline, I'm happy with the sleeve length, but I made it slightly longer, and also I did Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off at the bottom. Now that has made it a little bit flared, but it's totally worth it, because it means that when I'm wearing it over a swimsuit or whatever, it's just sitting there. It's almost got a tunicky type feel to it, and it sort of finishes mid-hip length, which is really nice. And it was so hot at the beach the other day that it was really nice to be able to have that little extra layer just to cover up when I wasn't swimming. So yeah, it was really nice. Definitely thinking about making another one, and a really nice use for this linen as well. And this is how it's supposed to be. It's really light. As I said, I think it'll pack really well if I'm going away somewhere. And yeah, I definitely will be making another one of these. A very dull knit, just going round and round and round doing garter stitch, but a really nice result. When you're making this, don't be discouraged if it feels very short, because it's garter stitch. It really stretches out once you've blocked it. And I actually block this hanging up, which I would never ever do normally. But I really wanted to get as much length as possible, so I got a coat hanger with a nice wide arms. What do you call the bit on the hanger bit? And hung it up outside, still quite dripping wet, so that it would really hang down as much as possible. I'm really happy with the result. So yeah, that is my Selja tee. Is that how you say it? Selja? It feels right, but if any Finnish people are watching and want to correct my pronunciation, feel free, absolutely feel free, down in the comments. So I'm really happy with this, and yeah, that is my Selja top from Jona Helen. Okay, the next thing to show you is a WIP I cast on last week. I did a test knit for Sari Nordland a couple of years ago, I think it was, and she really kindly gifted her testers a free pattern, and I chose the Kuutar Tee, and I've been meaning to do it for ages, and I'm taking a little break from test knits at the moment for a number of reasons, but it's given me a fantastic opportunity to do some knits that have been in my queue for ages and I haven't got around to doing. So I'll put up a little picture of the Kuutar Tee here. It's so pretty. It's made on 3.25mm needles, I think. Yeah, the lace is done on 3mm needles, and then the actual body is done on 3mm needles, which is a US 3. So it's a reasonably small gauge, but I decided to make mine in, I picked up this Noro yarn from a really nice shop that I went to in Luxembourg a few months ago. So I'm making it in this. This is Noro Sonata, and it's 35% cotton, 25% viscose, 20% silk and 20% polyamide. So it's a really nice yarn, and I love this. Noro yarn is just so, oh, so nice. It always has a variety of colours in it. It's not completely homogeneous. You get this really interesting texture and things with it. And I thought that this yarn would be lovely for a lacy summer knit. I'm worried it's going to be a little bit warm, if I'm honest, now that I've actually started knitting it, but it's not the end of the world. I might knit the sleeves slightly longer. So as you saw in the picture, this is very much a short sleeve tee, and it needs 3 skeins like this. So Sari made hers in Malabrigo Susurro yarn, yeah, that's right, which is mulberry silk, merino and linen, and that is 325 yards or 297 meters per 100 grams, and this one is 360 per 100 grams. So this is slightly heavier, but slightly thinner. I don't know what I'm talking about. Slightly thinner. So I might stick with the 3mm needle after I finish the yoke for the body. I'll see how I feel about it. But yes, I'll need about 3 skeins of this. And it's just so gorgeous. I absolutely love that yellowy green colour. It's gorgeous. And this is where I am so far. You can see that lovely colour variation that you get in the Noro. It's not a completely homogeneous thing. And as you can see, this lace work is fairly complicated. So I've just put in another lifeline, but I have been using lifelines as I've been going down because it is fairly complicated. I'm sure that I've made a few mistakes up at the top, but right now I did check. I don't think that they're the end of the world, so I'm going to leave them there. Just live with it. But yes, this is a fairly complicated lace work. I don't know if you can see. There's these lovely wrap stitches and lots of well, it looks like a sort of a cable type thing, but it's not. You'll be able to see more as I go down the yoke. So I think I'm about halfway through the yoke at the moment. I'm making the 5th size. This comes in 9 sizes from 77 centimetres up to 153 centimetres. That's about 30 inches up to about 60 inches. And it includes an ease of 0 to 5 centimetres. So I've got about 120 centimetre bust, and I'm making the finished bust circumference, which gives me 115 centimetres. Just because whenever I'm doing a round yoke, especially with lace, it always comes out bigger. I tend to be a bit of a loose knitter for some reason when it comes to that. So yeah, I've gone for a slightly smaller size than I actually need. But yeah, if I find that I need a little bit more circumference after the yoke, I might put in a little bit of a raglan after the round yoke part. But we'll see what happens. But I'm really happy with it so far. It's taking all of my concentration, and I cast this on was it on Wednesday, I think? Yeah, on Wednesday. And I'm hoping to take it with me to the UK on Thursday when I fly. So I'm hoping to get the yoke finished by then, so that I can just go round and round in circles. But if not, we shall see. Might just take some socks. But yes, I'm very happy with that so far. The fabric feels gorgeous. It's really, really light. One thing I also find, and that was the other reason I picked a slightly smaller size, is when I've knit with silk in the past, oh boy does it grow. Silk and cotton both tend to grow, but this then has that polyamide in it as well. And I've got to be honest, I didn't swatch. Very, very naughty. I always swatch when it's a test knit, but when it's just for myself, I tend to be lazy and not swatch. The ribbing for the cast on is my swatch. I'm sorry, please don't judge me. But yeah, I find that it tends to grow a little bit. So I also, for that reason, picked a slightly smaller size, but we shall see. And so watch this space, and yeah, hopefully I'll have a finished object to show you in maybe next time. Depends whether or not I can get the yoke finished before I go to the UK. So the only other knitting project that I've got to show you today is my handbag project, which is kind of half a finished object, I suppose, because I've been working on my little shorty socks. These are perfect for the Thrifty MAL theme because it's just using bits of scrap yarn. I'm pretty sure that is Yavol. That is probably West Yorkshire Spinners, and the coloured stripe is Meadow yarn. It's not very exciting, it's just a little shorty sock. I just use my own little vanilla recipe. Cast on, do a 1x1 rib for between 5 and 10 rounds, depending on how much yarn I've got left. Then I do a little heel flap and gusset. The heel flap I make slightly longer for shorties than I do when I'm knitting normal socks. It just, for my shape of foot, it just stops the heel from sliding under my foot when I'm wearing it in my trainers. And then I do my foot. I have a UK size 6 foot, which I love doing stripes because it means you don't need to put in stitch markers. You can just count the stripes. So these ones have got 5 row stripes. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I do 60 rounds, and then I do the toe, and I just do a rounded toe, reducing from 64 stitches to 28. So 14 on each needle, because I do it on Addy trios. And then Kitchener. So not very exciting, but that colour is so cute, isn't it? I haven't been blocked yet, so the heel looks a bit weird. But looking forward to getting the second one finished, and then I can enjoy wearing those as well. So yes, final knitting project for today. I completely forgot to mention at the beginning, although I'm sure that you can work it out. I always put chapters in, and everything that I talk about is linked down below. So if you're not interested in one of the sections, feel free to skip through, because now I'm going to talk about weaving. I'm very lucky, and I had an early birthday gift of an Ashford rigid heddle loom a couple of weeks ago. You can see me building it in the last episode, and I have to say I've been very attracted to it right now during the hot weather, because it's just it feels less sticky on the hands than knitting with wool to do a little bit of weaving and stuff. So I have been doing a bit of weaving over the last couple of weeks. I thought I'd show you what I've been up to. So last time I showed you a big sort of pashminery type thing that I'd finished, and this time I finished a little scarf. How cute is that? It's very happy looking. I made this in, oh, what is it? So this was cotton. I did the warping cotton, and oh, what is it called? 1 second. Yes, so I just looked it up because I couldn't remember what it was called. So I did the warp in just a normal cotton, some leftover bits that I had from a project that I did for Bluebird Pine Shop a year or so ago, the Ridge Tee. And the weft is in leftovers of Cortiva from Wool Dreamers. I made the Moonflowers pullover a few months ago, all over colourwork jumper. And I've got quite a lot of leftover yarn from that. So I thought I'd make this cute little scarf. So that is that. It's lovely. Really happy with it. It's so satisfying doing this. I'm really enjoying it. So that's that. And I also made a couple of tea towels, which I apologise, these do need ironing. So I warped up the loom to make 2 matching tea towels. I'll open one up for you. There we go. How cool was that? And this is all just with lots of leftover cotton. Mixture of, I'm not sure where a lot of it came from. I think probably some drops, maybe something from Sostering Green as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, I've got lots of leftover cotton from various projects, so I thought I'd start making some tea towels and dishcloths. And these do need ironing. I should have ironed them before. I hate ironing so much. So yes, that is that. So I've been doing a lot of weaving. At the moment, in fact, you will have seen it on my Instagram, I think, if you follow me there. I started making another camisole top. Lovely pattern. It's the Home Camisole by Kerdri. I tried to knit it a few times. I cannot get my gauge right, and I keep picking a size that's too large, and I'm just not happy with the fit that I'm getting. Anyway, so I had some gorgeous, very slubby, textured cotton linen yarn from Lana Grossa. What is it called? It is, yeah, Linea Pura Terra, in a very nice sort of coffee colour. It's sort of like a taupey sort of, it's almost got a hint of purple, pinky purpley colour in it. A bit of floof flying around. It's almost like a minuter. But yeah, so I had started, actually, to be honest, I finished making the Home Camisole top, did all the I-cord and everything, just really wasn't happy with the fit. It was just too big. I felt swamped in it. I felt like I couldn't not wear another t-shirt underneath it. It was that big. So I ripped it back, and because I needed a top, I quickly knit up a self-drafted raglan tee, which again, I just really wasn't happy with it. The yarn did not fit the project. It was just too open. Didn't enjoy wearing it. So it sat in a drawer for a couple of years. And I really wanted to have a wrap made of linen. And I suddenly remembered that I had that t-shirt sitting there. So I ripped it out a couple of weeks ago and washed the yarn and everything, and it got all the most of the crinkles things out of it. And I'm making a very long, I think it's going to be about 2.5 meters long wrap from this yarn. I'm loving it. It just sat there on the table quietly. It's nice to look at when it's not being worked on as well. I'm just really enjoying using the loom at the moment. I'll always be a knitter. Knitting will, I think, always be my first passion. But I am enjoying the weaving at the moment. So yeah, watch this space. I'll show you, hopefully show you that next time as well. Okay, the last thing to talk to you about is irresponsible purchases. Wait, it is the plural today, I'm afraid. So as I said, I'm flying to the UK next week, well, on Thursday, to see my family. One of my little sisters lives in San Francisco, or near San Francisco, with her family, and they are coming back to the UK for, I think they're going to be staying for about a month altogether. I'm so excited. I've seen my sister and my oldest nephew relatively recently, about a year ago, and my nephew a little bit before that. But I haven't seen her two youngest boys for 5 or 6 years now, and obviously you talk to them every now and again on FaceTime, but it's so boring for kids to have to sit down and chat to their boring auntie in Germany. On FaceTime, so it'd be so nice to see them and spend a bit of time with them. Unfortunately, my partner can't come back with me, but yeah, so I'm flying to the UK on Thursday. My mum asked me if I could pick up some Filcolana Arvetta for her. Obviously she can get it in the UK. It's just, you know, they sell it in one of the shops local to me, and so I picked it up for her. So this isn't for me, this is for her. I think she has plans to make some festive socks at some point out of this, but she needs this because I've already picked one up for her, and she needs this to finish a project. But whilst I was there, I may have picked up a few skeins of it for myself to tuck away. Now, the eagle-eyed of you will know that I love Moomins, hence why I'm called Made by Moomino. It's a little play on words. And I think I might do some colourwork socks, some Moomin socks at some point with these, but no rush, it can sit there quietly. But this Filcolana Arvetta is a really nice sock yarn. It's yeah, it's nice and soft, it blocks really nicely. It is 70% wool, 20% nylon, and it's 210 meters per 50 grams skein. And yeah. So I will tuck that away, but the biggest irresponsible purchase is spinning related today. I ordered this fibre from Woolen Twine. This is undyed pebble, and this is the first time that the lovely Jule, she's up in Hamburg, and she makes gorgeous sort of ethical, ethically sourced, often natural dyed and just really special yarn. I bought yarn from her quite a few times. The first thing I got from her was some of her unspun, which I don't think she's doing at the moment, but it was lovely, and I made myself a ranunculus out of it. It was really gorgeous. I also still have, I think, 400 grams of some Welsh yarn that she did. It's a beautiful, really dark, almost black, and naturally so yarn, and it's sitting there waiting for me to do something with it, but I'm in no rush. But she's just started doing this fibre, and I couldn't resist. As I said, this is called Pebble, and it's undyed, and it's custom blended for Woolen Twine in the UK, and it's from 3 different shades of Jacob fleece, and it's got a really nice staple length. It looks like it's kind of a medium staple length, ranging to long, and it looks like it'll be lovely to draft. So I may have bought 400 grams of this. I'm going to have a go at joining in a Tour de Fleece group. So Jule of Woolen Twine has started a Slack group for Tour de Fleece, and I'm going to have a go. I've got an Ashford Kiwi spinning wheel that I had for my birthday last year, and I've been spinning up quite a lot of bits and pieces on it and really enjoying it, slowly getting better. I thought, why not? I'll do Tour de Fleece as well and see if I can come up with something. Maybe I'll make a slip over or a jumper or something. I don't know. It depends what sort of weight yarn I can get from it, because I'm still spinning quite thick. So wish me luck. That starts on the 5th of July, I think. So I'll still be in the UK then, but I'll do some catching up when I come back. Yeah, irresponsible purchase, but totally worth it, I think. All right, I think that's probably pretty much everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. Other than to say thank you so much for joining me and spending your time with me today. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate all the comments and the likes and everything on my previous podcasts as well. It means a lot to me, and yeah, so thank you so much for that. And yeah, that's all. I didn't take any footage of any yarn shops or anything, so if you'd like to stay for the last little bit of footage, I just went on a little walk in my local area. If I walk out of my front door and walk for about 5 minutes, I'm in a really beautiful nature preserve area just outside the city. I think they're floodplains, but there's lots of wildlife, and it's just a really nice place to walk. So yeah, I've taken you on a little walk around my local area if you would like to join me. But if not, I will see you next time, and yeah, happy crafting. Bye.